What is up, Juventus fans? Welcome back to the channel. We have got a good show for you today, and guess what? Later today on the live, we've got an even better show, so make sure you tune into that. I want to go in a little bit more detail to some of the topics we're going to talk about today, as well as the news that comes out even later after this video drops. First off, what are we talking about? We got Dybala talks are happening today, but that's big. Obviously, that's big. It's going to be going into the weekend. That'll be important, but then the big deal is coming. D-Day is tomorrow. It is D-Day. Tomorrow will be D-Day. All things will be going down. I'm on standby. If something happens with news breaks, we will go live immediately to talk about it. I will be on standby, and I will be ready to talk about the situation going on there. Locatelli meeting is going on tomorrow. Let's give you all the information we have for that to prepare you for the events of tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be a celebratory event. And then we've got the news to talk about. Pogba back again at Juventus. What could the situation be there? I know it kind of cooled down a little bit. We'll talk about that, and we will fill you in now. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back. You're in the Bianconeri zone. My name is Justin Sofro, and today is August 12th, 2021. It is a Thursday. The week is almost over, and tomorrow is the big day. It's the Friday of Locatelli week. Hopefully this thing will get done. Hopefully we'll have good things to talk about. I know you're getting tired of checking in, hearing the same stuff every day, but we've got some news and some updates for you today. Let's jump into it, and we will let you know what we have going on. First off, we have La Stampa with a report saying that the Locatelli meeting tomorrow, Sassuolo want to sell Locatelli to Juventus in order to fulfill the player's wish. Juve have raised their offer to 30 million euros. There is optimism about the outcome of the next meeting, so that's good to hear going forward. Let's see what else we got here. Then we also have Tutto Sport talking about the meeting, saying Agnelli is not expected to attend tomorrow's meeting between Juventus and Sassuolo. Cherubini, Nedved, and Arrivabene will be at the meeting. And then finally, there's one little bit of information that came out late, so let me pull that up real quick and get that out of here. It was at the bottom. Then we have Romeo Agresti, who put in his little 2 cents saying that tomorrow morning's Sassuolo's... Okay, let's say this again. So for the meeting tomorrow morning, Sassuolo's directors will be in Turin. Juventus intend to close the deal for Locatelli. That's about as solid. I mean, obviously we know that's been their goal for a while, but they believe that they will get this done. We'll see. We'll see if it actually happens. Anyway, what I want to talk about, though, when it comes to the situation is the update. So we talked about it a little bit yesterday. So Agnelli is not expected to attend tomorrow's meeting. That could be good or bad. The reason I say this is for everything that we know right now. Okay, so there, Cherubini, Nedved, and Arrivabene will be there at the meeting. Cherubini has kind of performed poorly for his very first job. You have one target. You have one target this entire market, and this is it. Lock this guy up, get it done, whatever have you. And Yelly has had to step in and take the reins for a lot of this. That's a bad look for somebody who's on their first time on their job, taking over for Paratici, and yet he's the one over here that's running things, and he's getting pushed aside by the big dog, and Yelly's coming in. Now, I say this now because they're saying that Yelly's not expected to be there. And is this a little too wishy-washy to say this? But I'm also worried now if Agnelli's not going to be there, will it get done? Because Cherubini's shown himself to be a little bit not reliable, inept, whatever you want to use those words. So far, I'm not impressed by Cherubini and the job that he's done. I don't want to come too heavy-handed though with what I'm saying. I'm just not. What I'm saying is I'm just not impressed currently. But that doesn't mean that he can't get the job done. Doesn't mean that he won't make other, fantastic purchases in the future. They won't get deals, whatever have you. I know also Arrivabene, Cherubini, and Nedved, they're working together, especially Cherubini and Arrivabene, are working to do things differently and hopefully save Juventus money rather than wantonly spending money like they were doing for players that probably didn't deserve it. Well, definitely didn't deserve it at the time that they did it, or definitely at the time now as it stands. That's the update right now. Let me know your thoughts. Are you worried at all about the situation with Cherubini and his ability to negotiate and to get a deal done when it comes to these players? I'm starting to have, I don't want to say doubts, but I'm starting to, that's something that's raising a little red flags that I'm keeping an eye on for now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Anyway, second topic of the day, and these are our two signings really of the week. It's Locatelli week and it's Dybala week, or if you checked into the live stream yesterday, it's Dybala week because I guess I can't spell. Anyway, Gazzetta dello Sport is saying that Juventus and Dybala are very close to reaching an agreement. The only talking point at the moment is the length of the contract. Juventus are offering a deal until 2025. Dybala is asking for one until 2026. There is also a €2 million distance. However, all Juventus and Dybala are optimistic that they will find a deal. So that's good to see. They believe that they'll end up coming to a deal. I think also Dybala is going to have to understand. I think let me make sure there's not another report going off for that. No, there's not. Okay. Well, something I think that Dybala is going to have to understand is the numbers that he's asking were a bit higher, even for the time period. They were too much for Juventus, prior to February, March of 2020, let alone now. Those numbers, you have to take in, you have to take in mind the current climate, the economic situation, the financial situation of everybody involved. Some of those numbers may be a little bit too overpriced. I think right now he's still looking at getting about a 10% raise in pay, which 10%, that's a good chunk of change, especially for the amount that he was already making. I think there's also going to be, I think the figure we're looking at was close to about €8 million plus 2 million in bonuses. That's 10. So that would leave the 2 million distance at the 12 that he really kind of wants now that he's brought it down to. We'll see what they do going on from there. If they end up deciding, hey, we'll give him another year or we'll give him whatever have you. I'll see. I'm also being cautious about this because, and I think Juventus are also going to be cautious because, to be frank, he's been injured. He's had multiple issues that have reoccurred. Maybe it hasn't been exactly the injury, but there's been wording that's been confusing out there. What is actually going on with Dybala? Is he fully recovered? Will he fully recover? So you don't want to throw all that money in and get in another investment that is a Khedira or whatever have you. Sorry to throw Khedira under the bus again. Anyway, next topic that we have of the day, Gazzetta dello Sport is talking about Ramsey, saying there are no offers from the Premier League. So Ramsey has told Juventus he wants to stay and play his chances. With him staying, only one midfielder is able to come in. What else can I say about this? Every day, it's the same news, the same whatever. The summer it's difficult. The summer is very difficult, especially this summer compared to other summers. But so him staying would cause an issue where only one midfielder can come in. Hopefully, Locatelli. No offense, Pjanic team. Don't need Pjanic if we're getting Locatelli. Not that we don't need him, but we don't need him. But he won't even be able to come in unless Ramsey leaves, which has been, the statement ongoing forever. I think even Romeo Grassi agreed with that and said, I'm sticking with that's what my report is, and I'm sticking with that. I think he is correct. We'll see what happens going on there. But something that I'm curious about is Ramsey's always been pretty open about his desire to play in the Champions League. He wants to stay with the Champions League club. What if Juventus, what if they kick him out from, playing in the Champions League, whatever have you. I think actually even Giuseppe mentioned this yesterday in his live. Shout out to him. But I think what if they did offer and take that off the table of you're not playing, you can be here, you can be on this team, but you're playing Serie A. You're not playing in Champions League. You don't even get the chance to play you're not on the roster. Then what does he do? Does he maybe try to come open to some other ideas to go somewhere else? Whatever have you. Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway. Next big topic of conversation. Now, I will preface this with the idea that the source is the source. It is what it is. The source is Daily Mail UK. So, what have you. Here's what they're saying. They are saying now that looking at next season, Juventus are in pole position to bring in Pogba on a free transfer next summer. And before you get your laughs out or whatever have you, this is actually a bigger topic that I do want to talk about, and I want to address in the live later today. It's something to talk about. This is the situation that's been ongoing. We're going to have plenty to talk about, but I really want to talk about this situation because as of late, there was a big swing of this Mercado saying PSG was going after Pogba. They're doing everything they can to get him. They're going to sign him for the end of the Mercado. Now it's looking like Pogba will finish out his potentially last season at Manchester United. What he does from there will be interesting. Anytime I see Juventus is in pole position, every time I've seen the word pole position, the names that always come to my mind as of late have been, well, Pogba, obviously. I think Zaniolo was in there. I think Sandro Tonali was a name that was in there. It's always the guys that we're not getting. So I'm aware of that. Now, I want to talk about it here. I'm just going to leave this little breadcrumb. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I want you to join us later today for the live or rewatch the live, whatever have you. Please check it out later. I want to talk about this. Is Pogba a serious target for Juventus again? Juventus is money what they're looking at. So next summer, there's a chance of Ronaldo leaving. That opens up some space in the pocketbook, whatever have you. Now, with PSG having signed Messi, having signed all these players, having put all this money out there, not doing that. And yes, I understand PSG is the evil empire. They have all this money that they magically, or nobody's reeling them in. They're just allowed to run rampant, or whatever have you. But does that open up the opportunity for Juventus to get back in and get our boy Paul Pogba to come back to Juventus? Like I said, I'm just going to leave it there. We'll talk about it later tonight. Join us. Julian Genotti and myself will be live 4:45 my time. That's in the United States, so New York time. I'm not in New York though. But 10:45 Turin time. Do the math. Join us, and we'll see you there then. But I want to hear your thoughts and your comments on the situation, and come chat with us and hang out with us. I know it's been wearing week, but I think we could actually. I think this is actually an interesting topic. Plus, we got a little bit more I want to talk about myself. Anyway, that is the last news I have for you today. But make sure you tune in. Like I said, tune in later for the live. Hang out, do all that. If you could, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. We'd love to have you guys join us, as well as make sure you hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos, just in case you don't get the tweet or whatever have you, or the update, that goes out. You don't want to miss any of these videos, especially tomorrow. Tomorrow, D-Day, it gets done, hopefully. Please get done. Please do it, and then we'll hang out. I will do my best to go live as soon as the news drops, to hang out, talk with you, and whatever have you. Anyway, my name is Justin Sofro. That's all the news I have for you today. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for all of our latest updates of all things Juventus, as well as later in the evenings. We do it all day. Hopefully this weekend we might even have some lives. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but make sure you follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone, Twitter and Instagram. Follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter, as well as my boy Julian Genotti at Genotti151 on Twitter. Forza Juve. Forza Bianconeri.